All right, guys, this is week two, my HTTP Node and Express Server explainer. We're going to start off with event emitters, listeners, and what they do in Node.js. They are basically just back-end event listeners to be triggered by events. They fall in order synchronously, meaning as they are written in the code, they are triggered along. Um, this is considered synchronous emissions, just meaning it goes in order. First, you have to actually get the emitter, create it, and then trigger it with the emit. Here's your listener and what it's listening for, the action to be taken. And here's our emitter emitting the trigger to cause said action. All right, so now we're on to the differences between Node's HTTP module and Express. And Express does a lot of stuff behind the curtain that Node does that you have to write for. Conditional checking on headers, methods coming in, parsing the body coming in, stringifying responses going out, uh, where Express just has a lot of methods that take care of a lot of that for us. Middleware and routing is an aspect of the middleware handles the response initially as it comes in, whether it's checking for something, adding a level of security, authorization, whatever the case may be. And then it passes it off next to the route, its endpoint, wherever it needs to go with the either request or putting of data. Um, we can actually look at this Express server and see how things are just a little easier. We have our get, we have our post, where when we are doing that in our native Node server, we're actually running conditionals checking against these parameters and telling then telling it to do this upon reaching it. Checking method here. We have URL checking down here. And some of these things, as we get into larger applications, can have more things nested inside of them. It can get very intricate. Along with each one of these methods actually um, have a definition to them. Get really requests information. Post is to put info or to create, sorry, to create information. Uh, Put is to replace information. Patch is to change some information, and delete is to, well, remove information. I think that the difference with put and patch is one removes an entire piece of information, where patch just updates a piece of information. What are you doing? All right, so let's see how we parse bodies with headers. Well, we have that in here. As you see on line 32, we're parsing the body. If it's something that needs to be chunked, we have to chunk it, aka concant it, because it's a long stream of data. Then we parse that. But as we go on, we will see our response, right? And let's get to one. Here we go, where we define the status of the response, the header, then at the end, what it's taking with it. Um, really? Okay, there we go. There we go. So now we can go into app.js and we look at this in comparison to some of the other methods from Node coming into Express. It's a lot more streamlined, cleaner, more dev friendly. Uh, Demonstrate routing handling formats, response formats. For our response formats, we have these error handlers that will shoot the status code so that it corresponds with what it's saying. This one is saying internal server error. If I had to guess, it's a 500. Your 200s are for successes, 300s are redirects, 400s are for not founds, 500 is your server is broke. Um, let's see. And I'm going to assume this not found is probably a 404. Um, let's run our tests. npm run tdd assignment 2. Yeah, I already know it's going to pass. So, all right, am I missing anything else? I want to point out this right here made me think I failed. And then I scroll back up and see this. So we've passed, that is my week lesson of explanations and understandings. I can't wait to build more Express servers. Uh, yeah. Thank you for coming along with me.